So I was gonna do this on Patreon, but the movie's been out for like months, and I feel like you guys would be more excited here to watch it. So yes, this is my review of finally Primitive War. This is a movie that was on my most anticipated list. This is a movie I was really excited for. Um, yeah. So I was just like, I have to watch this movie. I wasn't able to because it was a limited release. It did get it had a Fathom event, or was it a Fathom event or something of that nature? Either way, yeah, this movie was on my bucket list for the year. And because I feel like we need more dinosaur. We just need more dinosaur films that aren't Jurassic World Rebirth. And I have basically talked about before how I kind of feel like I really do feel like we need some competition. We need more options for dinosaur films because at first I liked Jurassic World Rebirth, and then the more I think about it, the more I don't like it. The more I just did not care for it. And I wouldn't say it's one of the worst movies I've seen this year. There are some things I still like about it. It's definitely better than, I would still rank it over Dominion, but like that's not saying a lot. I would definitely rank it over Fallen Kingdom as well, but like I don't know. But Primitive War is based off of a novel by Ethan Pettis, and the movie had been hyped up. And you have to understand that this is a low-budget movie. This is an incredibly low-budget movie. This is an incredibly low-budget film that essentially is, for lack of a better word, you got to go in with lower expectations. This movie only had I think $7 million budget, and so if you are going to watch it, you can rent it on Amazon now, or you can look it through it for other measures. Yo ho, mateys. The movie. Let me just say this right now: the movie's good. I personally like it, but you have to go in with lowered expectations because this isn't this grand. This isn't like a blockbuster budget. This is a movie that was made by people who clearly love the source and wanted to do something other than Jurassic Park. So let's talk about it. So the movie, if you haven't read the book, the movie follows a group of a special ops group in Vietnam called Vulture Squad, and Vulture Squad has been sent to look for a lost research station as well as lost Green Berets. However, they stumble upon a Russian experiment that has brought dinosaurs to the modern era, and by modern it's like Vietnam, you know what I mean. And yeah, that's the story. It's dinosaurs in Vietnam. Like, yeah, what more do you need, honestly? Like, what more do you need of that description? So let's talk about some positives. This movie's good. I really do feel like this movie has a kind of cheesiness to it. It reminds me a lot of like The Valley of Guanjay, or like if you enjoyed like Kong Skull Island, you'll definitely get a feel of that, not just like of the Vietnam setting, but also like just the adventure tone of it. And I like this whole movie feels like a modern day Ray Harryhausen movie. It's a fun adventure film. It's got the gore you would want in like a R-rated film. And boy, is there some gore in this film. I also really do enjoy little factoids about, as a big dinosaur nerd as I am, I really do honest to God appreciate that there are some things in here regarding the dinosaurs that I really liked. Like a lot of them are paleo accurate for the most part. I also like the sexual dimorphism of the dinosaurs, especially the male and female T-Rex, where the female has more like dull colors, but the male has a brighter coloring and some feathers. Which that has the feathers debate on T-Rex is kind of like moot. There were proto feathers, so it's not full feathered. I know in the book they say like the Rexes were full feathered, but that was coming from an age where people were debating if Rex had feathers. Now we have some more inclination that the Rexes more had like proto feathers, like peach fuzz. They definitely probably had feathering on their offspring, but probably like penguins, it molted off. So I do like that idea. And we do see that with the young Rexes as well. And we also see that with other dinosaurs, too, where there's a lot of sexual dimorphism among the dinosaurs. I also really appreciate that since this is the 1960s and we have the Utah Raptors here, they don't know what it is. Like, they don't, like, they call it raptors, but they're like, yeah, I've never seen, like, the one person who's a paleontologist is like, I don't know what that is. Like, it looks like a raptor, but it's bigger than the Deinonychus, because Deinonychus was discovered roughly around this time. But yeah, Utah Raptor wasn't discovered until, like, the early 90s. I think just about when Jurassic Park was coming out. The first Jurassic Park. So yeah, the Utah Raptor skeletons weren't discovered until like the 90s. So they wouldn't. That was kind of my big thing. Are they going to call them Utah Raptors? Because that wouldn't be accurate. But here we are. They literally just say, yeah, I don't know what that is. Like I think that's a raptor, but like it's bigger and scarier. And the Utah Raptors are terrifying. Like how they hunt is just a nightmare fuel. Like how one guy is like trying to call out for help, but the Utah Raptor's like laying on his chest and like cutting certain parts, so he's having trouble calling. That's probably how they hunted as when they existed, is like kind of like leopards, where they just stealth you and then just hold you down with their weight as they're like killing you softly. And yeah, this movie, this movie's gory as all get out. I'm gonna be honest. This movie is incredibly gory. It has a great like flair for violence. There's one scene with the Quetzalcoatlus, and yes, the tongue is kind of debatable. Again, that's kind of debatable science. If they had a tongue like that was used to like just pull organs out, but it is such a graphic scene with that. Like also like pecking. I was more intimidated by these Quetzos than the Quetzal we saw in Rebirth, because they're like just like, and most of these animals act like animals. They're not like the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park where they're just freaking out and killing people because they can. Like the Rex, after chasing two members of Vulture Squad, the Rex just kind of was like, well, I'm too far away from my home. I got to go back to my kids. So, and I also like how like some of the dinosaurs are basically like, yeah, you're just in our territory, get out. Or it's really the raptors that are the more malicious ones. The Utah Raptors really kind of feel that kind of maliciousness. But yeah, I also really do appreciate the level of science put into some of it, even though some of it is pseudoscience, but it's just like plausible pseudoscience when it comes to the dinosaurs. Also, the characters are all good. I really like a lot of like Tricia Helfer's the only actress I know by name. The other ones, all of them are good. Like for the film we're working on, you really feel this level of camaraderie in here. Right, reminded me a lot of the squad from Predator, where you felt bad for every character dying. That every character we lost was like a big loss. So I really do like that. Now for some negatives. I feel like this movie kind of drags. Like it's 2 hours. It is 2 hours, 15 minutes. I think 2 hours, 12 minutes. And I feel like it goes on a little too long at points, where some scenes just kind of drag on, and we kind of repeat ourselves a few times. Also, the big endgame villain, the Russian general who's behind it all, he doesn't really feel like a credible threat at all. Yeah, he didn't feel like a credible threat. And I know we're here for dinosaurs more than humans, but if like you're building him up, do something about it. He's just crazy Russian. I also will say that the movie has like a montage scene set to Run Through the Jungle by Clearwater Cadence Revival, which, by the way, the biggest part of the budget probably went to getting the song royalties. I'm gonna be honest. That's probably where a lot of the $7 million went. Having said that, though, it's a montage scene of the soldiers like encountering all these different dinosaurs, and it's literally just for the trailer. Like that entire montage, and you'll know it when you see it if you haven't seen the movie already. It's literally a montage scene that was meant for the trailer, and because like, yeah, if you were expecting more from those, that doesn't happen. So yeah, there's a montage scene, and then there's another one on the boat that it feels like, why? And then the last one, the after credit scene, that one was nice. But the first one really made me go, you just made all these scenes for the trailer and wanted to put them in there, didn't you? Because they have no chronological. This whole dinosaur encounter montage really makes no chronological sense of all these dinosaur encounters. So it really bothers me. I don't know. Also, this is forgivable. This is a forgivable thing because this isn't like a high budget movie. But some of the CGI looks pretty bad. But I forgive it because of the movie's low budget. There's like some elephants in here that looked woof. And some of the dinosaurs, thankfully, some of the dinosaur CGI is covered by like shadows and things like that, which I think is a good tip, like a good idea. Honestly, I think that's a really solid idea of like if your CGI is not good, cover it with shadows, or angle it different. But yeah, there's definitely some times where the dinosaurs really don't look good, and there are other times where it's like, oh, that's decent. But yeah, don't go in expecting like frickin' LucasArts was like George Lucas Studios was behind this CGI, or Weta. You know, don't expect Weta to be part of this. You know, go in with the thought of this is the movie you're getting, and I feel like that's the big thing. I feel like that's going to be your make or break. Is like you have to go in with the thought process of this is dinosaurs fighting soldiers in Vietnam. It's not going to be deep. It's here for a good time, and it's here to have dinosaurs eat people. It's not a deep movie. It does kind of play some war movie cliches, but again, I think it was good. If I had a gun to my head saying, hey, which you have to pick Jurassic World Rebirth or Primitive War, I am picking Primitive War 100% of the time. This is a movie that feels like a classic Harryhausen movie, but updated for the new era. So I do appreciate that. Aside from being a little too long, I feel like there's some, like, you could have made this at least a little shorter. But between the awesome dinosaur effect and also that final scene where the Rex is the male and female Rex are just tearing ass across, just absolutely just tearing ass across the Russian base. That's arguably like the high point of the movie, like a high point, because I actually like, and I get a little dinosaur nerd in me to nerd out for a second. I love the fact that like when the Rex bites down on someone, they're more often than not, even though yes it does happen, like the Rex when it bites down, it's just instant, like you're bifurcated or just pop like a balloon. That's actually very true. Like what we know about the Rex jaw strength is that it's so powerful, it literally, one bite is all it would take is to just pop you like a bloody water balloon, and that's it. So I like when we see that, especially, there's also one where they rip a guy in half, and I'm like, that has to be a reference to Eddie Carr's death in Lost World. That has to be. It is a blink and you miss it reference, but yeah. I also, in this one, I'm like, I don't know if that works. Is like the Triceratopses, there's a herd of Triceratopses on a riverbank, and you see them like playing like hippos, like they're going underwater and coming back up. I'm like, I don't think their bodies were made for that, but that's a cool idea. I don't think that's the science is sound there, but like the idea of making them hippos is like almost like hippo-like. Neat idea, but I don't think the science backs it because their bodies were just too heavy, and their legs, their front legs especially, were just too low to the ground to allow them to do that. It's not like with a hippo where they have like huge, it's just all muscle and they're just pumping themselves up. I don't think like biologically Triceratops is capable. It could swim, maybe it could, but not like dive underwater and come back up. Yeah. Anyway, so there you go, guys. That is my review for Primitive War. If you've seen it, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of it. Comment below, let me know. Really curious to see what you guys see. If it's out there, you guys can go stream it. Yeah, just comment below, let me know. Other than that, I hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.